Good morning. Well, yeah, it's still good it's still morning, I think. Well, in California. Well, while you're going to church, or on your way to church, or you just left church, I just wanted to say happy Sunday. The Potter's House is huge. It's amazing. I have pictures coming up. My mascara was running. I was crying. But I wanted to mostly talk about, while I'm waiting for some of this traffic to die down, I ain't leaving if I ain't gotta leave, is that he was talking about one liberating idea, and he concluded with that liberating idea is faith, having the faith to believe and to release that faith and to accomplish all the works that God has for you. And I thought it was so funny, and so I rehearsed this part in my mind, that my pastor, and if Sable you end up watching, I did say my pastor a few weeks ago talked about triumphant faith, and they were coming from the same scriptures, Romans 5, I think 1 through 9 or something like that, talking about that through our faith we were justified. And so Bishop T.D. Jakes was talking about how if you have faith and you believe that everything that you want to do will take place. And I was just like, okay, God, you sent me all the way to Texas to let me know that my faith is what's going to write the book, what's going to start the business, what's going to move me from one job to the next career. And it was just a beautiful moment to feel the presence of God really letting you know that if you release your faith in him, if you believe on him, if you believe that everything that he said that he's going to do is true and is right, then, anything is limitless. It's like the impossible can happen. God makes the impossible possible. And I was just like, oh, it was just a really great experience. Like, I'm so, I can't even talk about it. But Bishop T.D. Jakes Church is amazing. If you're ever in Texas, Dallas, to be exact, not Fort Worth, but Dallas, you should come and just experience the presence of God, because he just allows God to work and move through him and flow through him to speak a word to people that they really need. And just the one liberating idea that you can have, the one thing that you can think of, the one thing that you can do is have faith in God. Have the faith the size of a mustard seed and release it and plant it in the earth so that God can water it and grow it and release everything that he has for you. Even if we've heard that before, it was just so amazing, because you think about all the things that you go through and you're just like, God, I don't know if I can do what you said. And he just keeps reminding me. Like I said, a few weeks ago, my pastor talked about triumphant faith. He said that if you release it, God will give you the grace, which is the empowerment to do what he said that you can do. And I'm just like, now I didn't go to church last week because I had to do something. But then I went to church this week, and I'm all the way out here, and they're talking about the same thing. And I'm just like, God, you want me to release my faith in whatever it is that I'm believing in. And for some of you that don't know, I started a nonprofit organization last year. It was Move Beyond Tears. It was called Move Beyond. And it's for ages 21 through 35 who want to know the purpose that God has for them. And so I'm in the process of getting, the nonprofit status. And it's just been such a struggle finding people who want to take on this responsibility and believe in the passion and the vision that God's given me. And I basically quit. I invested a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of praying. And I quit because I was like, God, I can't do this. God, you didn't call me to do this. And God just keep reminding me, the book that I have for you to do, you need to do. And I was out here writing. And I've been doing so I've been out here for 3 days. This is my 3rd day. So in my little journal I've been doing day 1, day 2, day 3. And on day 2, or day 1, anyway, God, I kept hearing, I was reading my Bible, and God kept saying, write a book. And he was like, fiction and nonfiction, use your creativity and write the book. And I'm like, okay, God, I'll write the book. And just to even say, you know what, I don't have the resources, I don't have the time to do it. And God tells me today that the one thing that will liberate me, that will make me free, is believing that I have faith to move mountains. So that without my faith, it will be impossible to please him. That I have the faith to have healing and to receive healing and to declare that I'm free, and that faith in God is liberating, that you can do all things are possible if you just believe. And I'm just like, man, God, you just want me to believe that the marriage is coming. You want me to believe that, I'll be able to have children because of some health issues that I have going on. You want me to believe that I can get my weight under control. You want me to believe that I can write many books and be a best-selling author. You want me to believe that I can make the worship album and the money is not a problem. And you want me to believe that, wow, like it made me cry again. It's just so powerful, just how big God is, but how little your faith has to be. And I don't know. I'm not trying to cry again, but I feel like it's such a confirmation that, Sable, since you came in, that my pastor talked about triumphant faith, and then I come to Bishop T.D. Jakes' church, thousands of miles away from home, and they're just telling me that my faith is what's going to set me free and bring my wholeness. My faith is what's going to move my ministry. My faith is what's going to move my relationship into what God has called it to be. My faith is what's going to move my friendships into what God wants them to be. And something that he said, and I'll let y'all go because ain't nobody leaving out this parking lot fast enough. Well, I mean, a lot of people are gone, but I need more people gone because I don't like traffic. And I got to find some food. So, anyway, if you know any good places in Dallas, Texas, please send them to my inbox. But anyway, one thing that he said was, the devil doesn't want you to have unity with anyone. That's why there's people who can't get along with no one, because he understands that your unity will have an impact on not just yourself, on that person, but there's ripples effects. And he said that every decision you make is detrimental. That it has, no, not detrimental, but every decision that you make has an impact. And what I realized is that every decision that I make, whether I do something or not do something, has an impact on people. And people this whole weekend, or for the last couple of days, have been saying that my decision, my faith, me telling my story. Oh, and yesterday I went to a women's conference. I'm sorry, guys. I got so excited. I went to a women's conference. I found an Eventbrite. It was free. And they were talking about being restored. And then that just follows up of something that happened the weekend before, 2 weekends before. I went to this wonderful conference called Warring Women. And my mentor spoke into my life and said I was going to be restored, a deep cleansing of restoration, that God will heal me completely and my story will bless other people. Then I come out to Texas and they talk about restored, women being restored and healed by sharing their testimonies, that we overcome by the word of our testimony and by the blood of the Lamb. Then he comes and they sing a song saying that this is my story, that this belongs to me, that God, you're my God, and this is the story that I have. And then I was like, oh. So basically what I got was that I own my story. No one owns it. That my story releases my faith, and my faith will impact and break free other people. And I was just like, God, that is so amazing. Like, I have to come to Texas every weekend or something because he speaks to me so clearly out here. I don't know what it is. But I just I rambled on and on and on and on to say that happy Sunday. I love you guys. That just know that, even if we go through something, if you just believe that there's a difference. So for every action, there's a counter reaction. If you believe that there's a cause and effect, that if I'm going through pain right now, I feel anguish, bitterness, distress, that there's joy, there's peace, there's freedom, there's life, like there's just life, a life-giving water that God has if you release your faith. I was just reading about the woman at the well, and all she had to do was just believe that he was, and that he was the living water. If you just believe just a little bit that he is, that whatever your situation is, whatever the business is, whatever the schooling is, whatever it is that you are asking God and seeking God for, or even if you don't know what you're seeking God for, even if you don't know what it is that you need, if you just believe that there's something on the other side of what's painful, I'm telling you, God is going to release it. And that's what Bishop Jakes told me today. Being in this service, it's just, I feel free. His sermon was one liberating idea, and the one liberating idea I have is to plant my faith the size of a mustard seed in the ground and allow my tears to water it, and allow my God to nurture it, and allow the Holy Spirit to prune everything out of me, that I'm going through the refining process, so that when Move Beyond starts again and I have conferences and I do worship services and I'm speaking and I'm teaching and I'm preaching the word of God to empower people, just to know that my faith in the size of the seed, it wasn't my money. And that's what God was showing me, that yeah, you did everything last year because you have the money, but this year I need your faith. I'm like, oh God, just release the faith to give me the grace to do everything that he wants me to do. And I just encourage you guys, when you go to church, I'm done with church. For me, I feel so good I can find another church, but I'm not that crazy. I'm not. Well, I am that crazy, but I'm not about to go look for another church right now. I'm about to just simmer on this word. But I'm just saying that happy Sunday. Go to church with an open mind. If you're in church or about to, just go with an open mind, that if I just release my faith out of my mouth, saying, God, I believe you. God, I believe that you're the Son of God. I believe that you are the one who is and is to come. I believe that you're the Alpha and the Omega. That means you're the beginning and the end, and everything in the middle is still controlled by you, because you're omniscient, you're omnipresent. That God, that you're Jehovah Jireh, you're Jehovah Nissi, you're Elohim. God, you're El Shaddai. That God, you are you're everything that I need and then some. I'm telling you, it's about to pop. You about to pop. Your business is going to pop. Your relationships is about to pop. Your ministry is going to pop. School is going to become easier, because you understand that God is going to be the one that's going to carry you through it. I feel like I just preached a whole sermon myself, but I just wanted you guys to know that faith. Now, I'm so excited that if y'all don't see a book from me by the end of this year, somebody to come throat check me and tell me where your faith at, like what you've been doing. If y'all don't see me do a conference, just even a workshop about purpose, about calling, about growth, about healing, if y'all don't see me put anything on, then throat check me. If you don't see me, like if you don't see me doing anything that you can sense or you can see that God is calling me to do. Now, if you try to tell me something that God didn't tell me to do, I'm gonna sit you down. If you don't see by next year me having one worship album done, and I'm having like a mini conference or a showcase for it, or a listening party, throat check me. Come find me in San Pablo. Throat check me. Come find me in Fairfield. Throat check me. Tell me that you let your faith dwindle, because if I just believe that he is, wow, all I have to do is believe it. And he was saying that the reason why some people didn't receive Christ when he was, walking on the earth, was because everybody's looking for God to come a certain way. And when you realize that God is not going to show up in your life the same way the way that you think that he is. Oh, and Bishop Jake said today, he said, let go of the way that you think is going to be. And it's so funny is that at the conference I went to yesterday, one of the ladies was like, let go of being in control. When you lose control, it's really when you gain control. Thank you, Xavier. Have a great Sunday. When you lose control is when you really gain God's love and his glory and his power. I'm like, woo. So God, you telling me to release my faith. You telling me to lose control. You're telling me to believe that you are going to do what you said that you're going to do. That is powerful within itself. Wow. That's amazing. Well, it's probably 12 o'clock here in Texas, in Dallas right now. And Chick-fil-A ain't open. So I'm going to have to find something else to eat. I'm cute enough to eat by myself, but I don't want to. I wish I had family out here or some friends or something. Or I should have made some friends. I did make friends today. I'm very talkative, guys. I met one friend from Chicago, one friend from Dallas, one from Louisiana. And you know what I love is that when you're somewhere else and you're free to allow God move, God will give you discernment about other people. Like, it was just crazy. It's just, I could sense things about other people that he allowed me to speak into their life. And I'm like, I'm not here on program. I'm just here to worship. And they confirmed it for me without me even knowing it, that that's what people always say and that's what God says. And I'm just like, well, go ahead, God. Use me, Lord, to your abilities. So, yeah, I'm waiting for some of this traffic to flow a little bit better. Maybe I'll go to a movie. Ooh, is Acrimony a good movie? Should I see Acrimony on a Sunday, or should I wait till Monday? Because my conference don't start till Wednesday, so I got time to play around some more. All right, I love you guys. Happy Sunday. If you see a streak of black on my cheek, because I was crying hard. Okay, hopefully it's clear. All right, I love you all. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, I was falling.